Hi, my name is Peyton Nimitz, and today I'm here to talk to you about hunting. You may be wondering why hunting is important in your personal life, but I'm going to tell you today why hunting is important in everyone's daily life, what our world would be like without hunting, and why you should take an active role in supporting hunters or even becoming one yourself. Imagine you live in a rural area, and just like every other morning, you wake up and you look out your window to see the amazing creatures that are roaming around outside. But this morning when you look out your window, something's different. You notice that there are very few animals outside your window, and the few that are out there are diseased and dwindling. This is what our world would be like without hunting. Hunting keeps our 8,700,000 species of organisms in check. Without hunting to control these populations, we would be doing without many of the animals that we know to be prominent today. And we would also be doing without many of the things that we take for granted in our daily lives. Even with this picture in your head though, we've just started to get to the tip of the iceberg on how dependent we are on hunting and hunters. Let me show you how important they are. Without hunting, we would lack jobs, ways for families to bond, and many of the animals that are prominent today. According to the Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, hunting supports 680,000 jobs. These include, but are not limited to, game wardens, waiters and waitresses, Bass Pro and Cabela's, and national parks. Game wardens help with the preservation of species and making sure that we do not overhunt or underhunt the species that are prominent today. Waiters and waitresses are out there supporting us every morning after we get done hunting. Oftentimes, if you ask a waiter and waitress in a small town when their busiest time of the year is, they often say deer season. Another big opportunity for jobs that hunting supports is in Bass Pro and Cabela's. Bass Pro and Cabela's is founded on the idea of hunting and fishing, and this supports not only the jobs of the people that are working inside the building, but the people who maintain and build the buildings themselves, and the people that manufacture and produce the goods that are sold inside the stores. National parks, you may be wondering how they are supported by hunting. But hunting supports these parks because every year the hunters contribute money from taxes on their ammunition and tags, and many other things that contribute to hunting. Without hunting, many families would lack their traditions that have been carried down for generations. Parents pass down their tradition of hunting to increase their bonds with their children. My dad always takes me hunting every year in the spring for turkey hunting. When we were little, my dad, my uncle, me, and my cousin, we would all go hunting every year for turkey season. I still remember my very first turkey hunt, and so does my cousin. This is one way that bonding helps create memories through hunting. Hunting brings the whole family together too, not just your immediate family. I have relatives that come down every year from Kansas just for deer season. This is the only time we see them, but it still strengthens our bond between the families. Without hunting, many of the animals that we know to now be at a healthy population would be extinct or on the verge of extinction. The beautiful pronghorn animals went from 12,000 to over 1.1 million pronghorns now. This is all thanks to hunters and the contribution to preserving the species. America's most hunted animal, the white-tailed deer, was at a mere 500,000 deer, and they have rose to 32 million deer now. This is thanks to hunters and their contribution to preserving these species so we could have them around to hunt today. Hunters each year kill 6 million, and to replace these, there are 12 million more born each year. You may be wondering how yourself can make a difference when you're just one person, but if you start taking an active role in supporting hunters, and maybe even becoming a hunter yourself, you will encourage others around you to make a contribution to supporting the hunters and the cause of hunting. Hunting is not only a relaxing experience, but it enriches your life and strengthens the bonds between your families. and can also make new family traditions. The environment depends on us to do our jobs, so why not do it? You may be wondering why make the difference, but supporting your local hunters will make your community stronger and maybe even start new traditions within your own family. If you can start new traditions, why not do that too? People who support hunters are not only helping themselves, but the people across the country and even the animals that are across the country. It's our duty to help support them. Our culture and community would also be severely impacted if people quit supporting hunters and quit hunting. Imagine our world without the animals. What would we do? Everyone has a favorite animal, so we need to take a part in protecting them. Please start or continue supporting hunters, and hopefully you will even try to become a hunter yourself. Today I've covered why hunting is important, what our lives would be like without hunting, and what we should do to keep our lives as they are, or maybe even improve them. Supporting your local hunters is an extremely important but simple task. And while becoming a good hunter will take time, it is an extremely worthwhile experience. Support your local hunters or become a hunter and help aid in the conservation of our planet's species, because one day we don't want to wake up to no birds singing their beautiful songs, chipmunks not scurrying across the forest floor, and bunnies not hopping through the brush.